Welcome to another video. How is that for a label? Dawn Dishwash Soap. How not to destroy your car. Will Dawn destroy your paint? The simple answer is no, it will not. It is completely safe for your car. The problem is very few people take the time to clarify. We need to discuss dirt. Not all dirt is created equal. Dirt from the soil that's considered water soluble dirt. Meaning if you add water, you agitate it, it's going to basically come clean. Then the other one is what's called grease, oil, or tar-based types of dirt. Therein lies the magic of Dawn dishwashing soap. It is a grease cutting formulation, which is why it's very effective for cleaning your dishes in the kitchen sink. Well, if you accept that this is a grease cutter, as in most of us accept that we want some form of protection on your car paint. And that protection usually comes in the form of a wax or a car paint sealant. So this will cut that. It will break it down. It will remove that in the process of you washing your car. If you do that enough times, based on the type of wax or the car paint sealant that is on your car, so you could use this, and if you have the right kind of car wax, the right kind of car paint sealant, it's not going to remove it 100% the first time. But you just don't know, because there's a lot of people, especially what I call YouTube detailers, they like to hype up, or what I call make a mountain out of a molehill, and put the fear of God into you and think, oh my gosh, don't ever use Dawn dishwashing soap on your car because it's going to destroy it. Well, what it's going to do is just going to strip the wax. It's going to diminish the wax. It's going to break it down. So if you accept that you want car wax and car paint sealant to protect your car paint, then this would not be your choice. But with that said, it is a simple go-to type of soap. Let's get started with the basic car washing tips to help you guys get better results in a more efficient way. So wash mitt is important. This is my go-to wash mitt. It's a chenille wash mitt. It's made out of microfiber material. It's got all these little fingers. To me, this is the safest wash mitt you can find. I often keep two separate ones color-coded. What I mean by that is that I will reserve one for, like, say, for example, washing the wheels or doing the rocker panels. The rocker panels are the lower half of the car. That is the dirtier work. I prefer a dark or a black wash mitt because it will hide the dirt as I wash this in future uses. I keep a separate wash mitt for the cleaner of the chores of the washing process. Here we have what's called a grit guard. Now, a grit guard is a name brand of one of these little contraptions that fit into the bottom of your bucket. The goal of these is to keep the heavier dirt separate from the lighter dirt. So I recommend that. Now, why do I have gloves? Well, the gloves, if you're working in cold weather, you'd be surprised how simple these basic rubber gloves can actually keep your hands warmer. If you have them around the house, I recommend them if you're trying to wash your car in colder weather. You see what I'm wearing here? This is a metal ring. You need to remove that. You'll think that you'll be careful. I promise you, you won't, because you'll become hyper-focused on what you're doing, and you're going to unintentionally scratch or do some kind of damage to your paint that you will regret in the days and months and years moving forward. Then I've got two different types of drying cloths. So if you are still using a bath towel or some type of cotton towel from your house, throw that away before they're wet, as in dry, which makes sense, right? You take a dry towel because you want to dry your car off. But you will find in many cases that at the beginning, before that towel has become saturated with water, that you tend to just push the water around. Even though it's 100% cotton and it's supposed to be highly absorbent, you'll realize that it's really not that absorbent. I keep a separate microfiber towel. This will be for the dirtier work, like wiping down the door jambs, the trunk jam, inside the gas filler cap. Got my hose. And I prefer a nozzle that's very basic, rudimentary, but what I like about it is that I can adjust the spray pattern directly at the tip. I don't have to sit here and manually adjust it. I can just do it whether it's a tight stream or a nice fan. What I do is I fill up the bucket before I introduce your choice in a soap to about a third of the amount or half of the amount of water. Because if you put the soap in immediately, you will find that you will create so much suds that you will not get enough water in it, and then the suds are going to overflow. Now you can see the grit guard at the bottom, and it creates the space for the heavier dirt to fall down. So when you put in your wash mitt, it's going to actually not come in contact with those heavier materials. So if you put your soap in there, like I'm doing right now, and it doesn't really require that much. Now if I just go in level 10 or hot, it's going to create so much foam. See what's happening there? Now I have so much foam, but I don't have enough water. You can either go in and put your hose at the bottom so it does not create foam, or use a spray pattern that's not going to create foam, or you shoot the water against the side of the bucket instead of directly down into it. There's many ways to accomplish it. You've got to figure out what works for you. You'll notice that I put my cloths that I want to keep unsoiled on the container or the top of this bucket, so I can put it on the ground without actually putting it on the ground. Got my wash soap. Now what you want to do is you actually want to blow off, and by blow I mean with water, all the heavier dirt and dust off of your car. This is what you would call your pre-rinse. Now specifically the lower half of your car, because we're going to divide the car in half. The lower half, the upper half. As a rule, the lower half will be dirtier. There's certain areas of your car that will collect extra debris, dirt, that kind of stuff. Up underneath the hood, against the windshield, right up in here is one of those areas, as well as the wiper blades themselves, as well as the back end itself. So you want to just pay particular attention to those types of areas. Now we've done our pre-rinse. Now as far as how often this mitt goes between here and there will largely be determined based on you, your standards, and how dirty your car is. Now, you're not trying to use the dirt that's on your car to polish your paint. What that means is you don't go in level hot and grind the dirt in. You literally just want to use the weight of this, which will be pretty substantial when it's saturated with water, and you glide it across the finish of your car. Most of you, if you're watching this, probably are not hardcore car enthusiasts, because if you were, you probably want to watch this video, because it has to do with Dawn dish soap. Most of you that are car enthusiasts are going to be looking for another type of car wash. So now you just dissect, and remember, there's two sides to this. So when you soil up the one side, you don't necessarily have to go back into the wash bucket. You just flip it over, and now you have a clean side. Now, when you have soiled up both sides, then you reintroduce it to your wash bucket. Give it a nice little lashing. Lets it release the dirt. At this point, the upper half of the car is completely washed and rinsed off. Now I want to attack the lower half. I'm going to bust out my darker colored wash mitt because this is more dirtier work. You can actually reintroduce a little bit more soap into your water if you want. Reactivate it so that you have all those wanted That was brilliant. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to wash the lower half. Now, if you're not using a dedicated wheel cleaner or wheel brush, this is where you would break out the darker wash mitt, if in fact you are using one. Wash your wheels, the sidewalls of your tires. I'm not really a big fan of this, especially if you use dressing on your tires as a regular rule, because then you're gonna goo up this. I generally address the wheels and tires as a separate equation. Now at this point, we're gonna go into the drying mode. And this is where I have two separate cloths. This is one of my favorite. It's a Meguiar's, much safer, no lint, more absorbent, and also the size of it is more manageable. So you can do different ways to dry your car off based on your urgency. For example, if you're working in the direct sun, what you're worried about is spotting. You don't want your car to spot up and create hard water spots. So you can literally drag the cloth along it like this, not overthink it, because really your main focus is to just remove the major water so it does not spot up. But when it gets wet, this is where it becomes cumbersome, especially if you have small hands, if you're, let's say, a small dude or a small girl. It is difficult to kind of wring out. Now that I have the major stuff mopped up, now I can go in and kind of fine tune it, make it look a little more presentable. And once again, this is where you got to pay attention to the nuances, details of the moment. You see what I got going on there? Some dirt, unwanted dirt. That came from the lower half of the rocker panels because I was not thorough enough in washing the car. It's always going to happen, which is why I like to keep two different types of cloths. This I'll reserve for the cleaner stuff. This I reserve for the dirtier stuff. So I accept that at the bottom, it's always going to be dirtier. The more dirt there is, the more likelihood that you'll miss areas during the washing process. So I will take this cloth and I will get not only the rocker panels themselves, but I'm going to clean what I call the wheel well lips, this little area that's still painted, that's tucked inside the wheel well area. It's always going to be some accumulated dirt in there. It's also going to be what I use to wipe the door jambs after I've dried the car off. There's going to be plenty of dirt inside the door jambs, the gas filter cap inside of it, as well as the trunk jam. If you have learned even one thing today, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. That'd even be better. And I'll leave you with that. Okay, party people, here we have on your screen a Shine Like a Pro AZ, which is Sean's channel on YouTube. So think of Sean's channel like this. He takes my long form content and he slices and dices and puts it through his magic machine and comes up with short form content. You can think of this like the Cliff Note version of my long form videos. And then there's me and my channel, Auto Fetish Detail. Most of the videos are what's considered long form, where I go into great detail